Mr. Gans, what are you doing here? We better break in. He's coming your way.
Roger, 60. We'll get him in the stairs.
Hold it, Mr. Gans.
Hey, buddy, I got a dead battery. Can I get a jump start?
I'm off duty, pal.
Could you lend me some jumper cables?
Look, I'm off.
Vinny,
Adderly, would you get lost? I'm working undercover. Don't beat it.
I see you're still getting your cover from external security.
What's wrong with it?
Don't you think that somebody in the Carovian embassy will wonder why this truck never moves?
You know, Adderly, I don't ever recall asking you for any advice.
No, you didn't. But if you did, I would have told you. You'll never find out who's getting in there from here.
Oh, yeah? Well, who says we're waiting to see who goes in?
You did. What is it? Military secrets being smuggled out in a diplomatic pouch, and ISI wants you to find out how they're getting in. Is that right, Vinny?
Look, I can't say no. You just get lost. My cover. Beat it.
Thanks, Vinny. You made my morning very interesting. You sure you don't have any jumper cables?
Take a hike.
Yeah, I will. But I'll be back. I'll bring you a cold drink.
I don't want a cold drink.
Well, you'll need one by the time this stakeout works. Morning, Mona. Where's this nibs?
Just a sec. Hi. You've reached miscellaneous affairs. We're not here, right?
We're out wasting the taxpayers' hard-earned money on 2-hour lunches and wild parties.
So, I finally get them to give me an answering machine, and I can't even do a decent message.
Allow me. This is Jim Rockford. Leave your number at the tone, and I'll get back to you. There you go. What's wrong?
Well, have you seen the front page? Maria Gantz's husband killed himself.
The guy at the Military Research Center?
Oh, gee, you know, she's a wonderful woman. She's got 2 kids, and Adderly, if it's suicide, she won't get a pension, will she?
Maybe. Depends if it was job-related. Stress, overwork, something like that. She's a friend, huh? Why don't you look into it? See if you can find something that'll help her out.
Good morning, all. That's the answering machine.
Good, Melville. Very good. We might not need the flashcards, Mona.
You can't upset me today, Adderly. Have you seen the paper?
The guy's wife is a friend of Mona's.
What guy? Testing begins on the DMN-7. You know what that means?
A lot of money in somebody's pocket.
Typical, Adderly. It will give the free world the greatest kill ratio per unit of energy available. We'll be able to destroy whole continents in a twinkling. It means the end to war.
I'm not sure I understand that.
When the West gets this, no one will attack us. And of course, we would never fire it.
Unless you back into the switch.
Miscellaneous affairs. Oh, hi, Mrs. Mosley. Well, just a minute. Yes, I'll see if he's in. Mr. Greenspan, I'm sorry. Listen, got all these messages from her yesterday. Mrs. Mosley? Yes, he'll be right here.
Good news, Mrs. Mosley. I'm assigning one of our best operatives to your case. Adderly. Yeah, he'll be getting in touch with you very soon.
She says she has information that might be of vital importance.
Don't we all?
Your precise mission should you choose to accept it, and you do, is to convince this woman that our department is an important government agency and her repeated calls are interfering with the phones.
It's your wife.
And
Interfering with Debbie getting through?
hi, Debbie, what's up? No, I know the line's been busy, but some damn fools cut us off. No, I didn't call you that, Major Clack. Right away, Major Clack. Major Clack wants to see us in his office right away.
Adderly, from whom do you get your assignments?
Mr. Greenspan, Major. Unless you care to employ him or direct...
Then, since it was not I, it must have been Mr. Greenspan who ordered you to visit the undercover vehicle outside the Carovian embassy.
No, sir.
Where he proceeded to question our method of surveillance.
I didn't question it, Major. I just said it wouldn't work. There's no question about it.
Does Mr. Adderly wander in other people's assignments because he doesn't have proper work of his own?
You'll be happy to know, Major, that Adderly now has an assignment that will keep him fully occupied.
Right this way, Mr. Adderly. Can I get you a brew?
No thanks. I'm on duty.
Right. Oh, thank God you came over. I tried calling the police, but they wouldn't listen to me. And then I called the government, but they kept transferring me from line to line till I finally got to talk to that wonderful woman in your office. What's her name?
Mona?
Mona, that's right. Charming woman. Okay, here we go. Oops, I forgot the tape. Now, let's see. Where did I put it?
Back, Grandma.
Oh, Bruno, have you seen my tapes?
Yes, right in here.
There they are. Mr. Adderly, this is Bruno, my grandson.
Hi.
Charmed.
Well, this all started last weekend when I had to get down to Florida for the seniors karate tournament. I didn't want to miss Chip Hudson's late night show, Metal Explosion, so I asked my friend Hazel if she would tape it for me. Did you ever listen to it?
Metal explosion?
Oh, it's real gnarly. It's every Wednesday night, he plays all of the greats. Oozing slime, filthy mothers, scum runners, you name it.
Sounds like a class act.
Oh, Bruno doesn't like it.
For Barry Manilow and Anne Murray.
Well, anyways, when I tried to play the tape back, I must have put it in wrong or something, because everything was backwards. Oh, it was a real head rush. Then I heard something strange. It was a man's voice giving this satanic message. Listen. Ooh. That's the wrong tape. Now, let's see, where did I put it? Well, I called the radio station to inform them about it, but they wouldn't listen to me. They probably thought I was nuts or something. No, it's not in here. Now, where did I put that tape?
Do you remember what the message was?
Well, let's see. It was something about a devil. You had to listen real closely, but it was definitely there, right in the middle of the song Flesh Fetish by the Leatherfaces. You believe me, don't you?
I tell you what, you keep looking for the tape, but if you hear any more messages, you call me.
Oh, I will.
Oh, well. She sounded so sweet on the phone, you know?
Oh, she's sweet. Court low in the crankcase, but she's sweet. Is there any chance your friend gets her husband's pension?
Oh, well. I found out Jack had a management job with mid-level security clearance. Doesn't sound very stressful.
Well, your job wouldn't sound very stressful if you left Melville out of the description.
True. Miscellaneous affairs. Oh, hello, Mrs. Mosley. Yes, he's here.
Hello, Mrs. Mosley. How nice to hear from you again. And so soon.
I'm so glad I caught you because I just remembered I lent that tape to my friend Agnes. She's another Chip Hudson fan.
Wonderful.
And I just got it back. Listen to this.
The secret of the demon will be revealed at midnight when the moon is full.
What do you think?
Sounds satanic to me.
See? I told you.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you, Mr. Adderly. I appreciate your help.
Okay.
Well, was there a message?
Secrets of the demon. But there's something about it, something familiar. Just can't put my finger on it.
And no complaints about his treatment during 69 days of captivity for alleged spy charges. Iran dropped the charges because they said the event was
This is Jim Rockford. Leave your number at the tone and I'll get back to you.
Mr. Adderly, I need your help. Someone's in my house.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I saw this man snooping around in my kitchen, so I called you. But some guy named Rockford answered the phone. Next thing I know, I take a pop on the nut, and everything goes black.
Did you get a look at the person?
No, not really. It was too dark. But he wore some kind of camouflage. That was all I could see. And I didn't call the cops because I wanted to talk to you first. This is our case.
At least there's nothing missing, Grandma. There's been a lot of vandalism in the neighborhood lately. It's really getting out of hand.
No, this wasn't the act of vandals.
How do you know that?
The window was taped to cover the sound of breaking glass. And vandals usually steal something.
That's it. He was after my tape. Still here. He didn't find it.
I'd like to hear that whole tape, see if there's more to the message. Sorry. Come on. There must be something back at Miscellaneous Affairs.
Gee, I hope this thing works. You know, it was the only one Ernie could dig up.
Dig up is right.
It's so nice to finally meet you. You're even prettier than I pictured.
Oh, well, thanks. Okay, here we go.
What happened?
Sure this is the right tape?
Positive.
Well, it's the right tape. I saw her put it into the toaster after she played it for you.
Then that man did break into my place to erase the tape.
Well, why?
Maybe it's more important than we thought.
Adderly, maybe we ought to call the record company.
No, the message was put on at the radio station. If a record company did it, it'd be on thousands of copies. But why would they erase Rose's tape?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a station.
It takes equipment to add a voice track, Mona. Equipment for voice distortion, the kind of thing you'd find at a radio station. Who did you talk to down there?
Everybody. But I didn't say what I was calling about until I got to talk to Chip Hudson himself. My mother always told me never talk to the monkey when the organ grinder's in the room. Do you mean Chip Hudson himself broke into my place and erased my tape?
Mona, I wondered if you could just... What's going on here?
Mr. Greenspan, this is Mrs. Mosley, the woman who's been calling you so often the last few days.
Mrs. Mosley, how very nice to meet you.
And this is her grandson, Bruno.
I must say, it's quite an honor to meet you, Mr. Greenspan.
It is.
Oh, such an important government official.
Well...
And so handsome. Oh, such a stately chin.
Oh, it's the job. It keeps me in shape.
Suck in your gut, Melville. It's drooping.
Well, I have to get back to work. I have lots of work to do here. Mona, if the general phones...
Is that what you call Debbie at home?
Buttered up that little weenie pretty good, didn't I?
Oh, well, he grows on you.
Like mold. Come on, let's go.
Where are we going?
First, to see a doctor about that bump on your head, then we're going to have a little talk with Chip Hudson.
Hi, can I help you?
We'd like to see Chip Hudson, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hudson's recording promos right now. Can I take a message?
Well, we'd just like to ask Mr. Hudson a few questions about his show.
And we ain't getting any younger standing here blowing wind.
One moment, please.
Mrs. Mosley? Gentlemen, please make yourselves comfortable.
Yeah.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Well, it seems that Mrs. Mosley stumbled on a backwards message on one of the songs on your show.
Backward masking, huh? Well, I can assure you that I play records in exactly the form the record companies supply. I couldn't put a backward message into a song if I wanted to.
Then how come there was no message on the copy of Flesh Fetish we bought on the way down here?
How would I know?
You call that an answer?
Just asking. Did the station make air copies of the show?
No, we don't do that here. But surely you have a copy of the message.
My tape was erased.
Somebody broke into her house and erased the entire tape. First, they knocked her unconscious.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I don't like it when little old ladies get battered around. It makes me very angry.
Was there anything else?
Not today.
We are out saving the free world from the forces of evil. What's up?
Hudson's our man. 2 lies in 2 minutes. Said he wouldn't know how to record a message backwards, but when we got there, he was recording demo tapes, and they're equipped to record a message sideways if they want to.
So what's the second lie?
He said the station doesn't make air tapes of the show, but it's a federal regulation. They have to, or they lose their license.
Okay, so can we get a hold of the air tape?
He's probably taken care of it by now.
Yeah. So what's next?
We'll have to keep a close eye on Mr. Hudson. What's that?
Oh, Mary Lou sent over Jack Dance's file. Poor guy, you know, he's really had his problems. He's got financial difficulties 2 times in an alcohol rehab center.
Specializing in military weapons design?
Yeah. Hey, you don't suppose...
Hmm?
Do you think maybe he was working on that one that Mr. Greenspan... that thing, the DMN?
Bingo.
So he worked on it?
DMN. Demon.
Demon?
I knew there was something familiar about the message. This weapon's nicknamed the Demon.
Miscellaneous affairs.
May I speak to Mr. Adderly, please?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mrs. Mosley. Hold on a second. He's right here.
Hi, Mrs. Mosley.
Mr. Adderly, somebody broke into my house again.
Are you there now?
No, I'm about a block away, near the mall.
Give me directions.
It's a phone booth on the south side of Maine, between 5th and 6th.
Don't move. I'll be right there. Mosley, what's going on?
When Bruno and I got home, the door was open. Someone had been snooping around my crib. I sent Bruno home for his own safety, and then I called you. I figured it wasn't safe to go home.
Yeah, well, you figured right. That message you discovered might be part of an espionage ring.
Espionage? What's the matter?
Get out!
Are you okay?
First I get clobbered on the head. Now someone tries to ice me. Boy, the spy business is exhilarating.
This little beauty is something I won at a golf tournament a few years back.
Oh, 3rd place. Uncle Willie's pitch and putt.
Excuse me, here you go. Oh, that's no cream, heavy sugar.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Wonderful. Mel's showing me his trophies.
Melville.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, Mel, what's this one?
Melville put her to sleep yet?
Oh, she is a great actress.
And fearless. Like to know what she puts in her prunes.
Oh, gee, can you read Taiwanese?
I haven't tried.
See, this thing is recording when it's not supposed to.
Oh, well, you have to interlock levers M and R in figure 2.
Oh, thanks. Great.
And I remembered that I lent the tape to my friend
Hold it.
Agnes.
That's it.
What?
It's the phone call.
The secret of the demon will be revealed at midnight when the moon is full.
Thanks, Mona. And thank the Taiwanese.
You're very welcome, but what?
I have my proof.
What proof?
Do you have a pocket calendar?
Yes. Here. Why? Where are you going?
Where do I always go when I have proof?
Clack's office.
Is full.
Well, I'm sure it proves something, Adderly. I'm not quite sure what.
A man says he'll reveal the secret of the demon and names the exact time. The next full moon, by the way, is Thursday.
Adderly, aside from the possibility that this is just a publicity stunt for a rock group,
It isn't.
have you considered the word may also mean Satan, the devil, Beelzebub?
You're forgetting Prince of Darkness. Major, we know that military secrets are being smuggled out of the Carovian embassy, but you're forgetting that you have the place so well covered that a radio signal might be the only way in.
And you're forgetting that that is none of your business.
Except that my assignment was to protect this woman who accidentally intercepted that message.
Then by all means do so.
She was attacked by 2 men who spoke Carovian. I'm telling you, Major, Chip Hudson is the Carovian connection. He is broadcasting hidden messages containing military secrets.
And he's a disc jockey. The only secret he knows is why people listen to that.
He buys secrets. He was buying secrets from Jack Gans, an alcoholic in financial trouble, only Jack Gans panicked.
And with Gans dead, how does he expect to?
By corrupting another government employee. Major, I need a list of...
Always trying to get back into the action. Now listen to me, Adderly. I'll check into the message on the tape, and you go on with your assignment. Follow it wherever it may lead.
Even if it involves...
Wherever. On 2 conditions. 1, you stay away from the embassy and do nothing to compromise our stakeout. And 2, if you find something concrete that bears directly on the Carovian problem, you will inform me immediately.
Why do I get the feeling I just signed up for something less than your best offer?
That will be all, Adderly.
Are we in business?
Barely. Now I have to find out who Hudson's next government contact is going to be.
How?
Well, I can start with looking in his office.
What about me?
Ask ICOM to give you a security clearance on everyone with access to the DMN-7 files.
Everyone. Adderly, that could be...
Spy business isn't all glamour, Mona.
Right. Do you have an assignment for your senior partner?
I think we'll have to find a safe place for Mrs. Mosley to spend the night.
She's staying with me.
Excuse me?
Mel's gonna show me home movies of his trip to Bermuda.
How nice.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you show them early. You don't want to get too excited before bedtime.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very funny Adderly.
That was Blood on the Carpet by the Psychos. This is Chip Hudson, your late-night party machine, reminding you to send in those requests. And don't forget to tune in Thursday night for a very special edition of my Metal Explosion. Well, it's 2 a.m., time to stack some Z's. Now, don't miss our morning wake-up show featuring the Screaming Banshees. Until then, you get some sleep, you party monsters.
Charming. Drop it. I'll kick it back.
Aren't you supposed to say drop it or you're dead meat?
Hello, Mr. Adderly.
What are you doing here?
Leg work, same as you.
You really shouldn't be here. It's too dangerous.
Keeps the blood flowing, Mr. Adderly. Besides, I brought Bruno.
Well, as long as you're here, let's take a look around. Maybe Hudson left a list of candidates.
For what?
Why don't you watch the door?
Right.
Boy, this man is not neat.
Untidy desk, untidy mind.
Wow!
What?
He's got an autographed poster of the Foofs.
Foofs?
Oh, they're rad to the max.
At least.
Oh, my God.
Don't tell me another rad group.
Look what I found. That was in his closet. Hey, what's this?
A degauser. Neutralizes a magnetic field by means of electric coils. You just run this over the tape, and presto.
There goes my tape. Oh, that dirty rat.
My sentiments exactly, Mrs. Mosley.
Okay, now, these people have all been approved for access to the DMN-7.
They're all possible contacts for Hudson. Find out if any of them have had loan applications turned down by the credit union. That's the first place you go when you're in trouble. And speaking of trouble...
Morning, all.
That's spooky, Melville. We were just talking about you. How's Mrs. Mosley?
Slept like a log all night. Debbie's showing our wedding pictures now.
You be careful, Melville. Too much entertainment, she won't want to leave.
Major Clark phoned me at home this morning. He wants to see you right away. Something about renegotiating his offer?
Major, I didn't go anywhere near your stakeout.
I know you haven't, Adderly. That's why I'm giving you an opportunity to get in on the real action. Forget about Chip Hudson. My people have found a gold mine.
No disrespect, Major, but am I getting part of the mine or just the shaft?
We know how the secrets are getting into the embassy.
What?
An embassy employee walked in and admitted he'd been buying classified information from one of our military contractors.
Who's the contact?
Oh, we haven't gotten that far. He wants to cut a deal for himself. New identity, all that. I need you, Adderly, to help me break him down.
You don't need me, Major. You want me where you can keep an eye on me because you might not be able to break this guy and you're worried that I'll blow your stakeout.
I can make my request an order.
Why don't we just stick with the existing arrangements, Major? I'll watch out for Mrs. Mosley and keep an eye on Chip Hudson, and you chat up your spy. One of us has to be a winner. Hi, Mona.
Hi.
You hear from the credit union?
Yes, yes. 2 loan applications have been held up. Firstly, Walter Dalton, who spends far too much time on the phone to his bookie. But the one you want has to be in town, and Walter's currently on a gambling junket to Bermuda.
What about the other one?
Yeah, now, Cheryl Spencer. Her problem is she's logged up way too much sick time. Plus, she's just separated from her husband. Plus, the bank has just filed for foreclosure on her house.
She's almost overqualified. We gotta catch him red-handed, Mona.
What, you mean playing the message on the air?
Yeah. So I'll keep an eye on Chip Hudson. Can you check out Cheryl Spencer?
Can Wayne Gretzky skate?
You'll have to do more than that. If you decide that she's the one, then you're really gonna have to go operational. Here's your assignment.
I'm looking for, Cheryl Spencer.
Cheryl's not in.
Oh, darn. Do you know where she is?
Look, if you're from one of those collection agencies...
Oh, no. I'm an old friend of Cheryl's from school. Cheryl called me, a week ago. She wanted to borrow $200, and, I didn't have it then, but I got it now, if she still needs it.
She still needs it. But, she left an hour ago. She was pretty banged up when she came in this morning.
Banged up?
I guess her husband dropped by last night to discuss the divorce. Ended up doing his usual number on her.
Oh, gee. Do you know her address?
Oh, I've got it in my files. If you hurry, she's probably home now.
I thought you said...
She left right after she got a phone call from this guy, and I heard her say something about, well, meeting him this evening.
You know his name?
Henson, something.
Hudson?
Yeah, that was it. You know him?
We have mutual friends. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheryl, what happened to your face?
Doesn't concern you at all. I believe this is what you're after. Some photocopies. I'm sure you know and saw me. I am an honest woman, Mr. Hudson. I've never broken the law in my entire life.
It's only a crime if you get caught. And you won't. Your problems are over, Mrs. Spencer.
Financially, perhaps. Still have to live with myself.
It's easy, believe me. And there's more where that came from. If you're interested.
I'll think about it.
But there's no rush. Not anymore.
Please don't call me at the office ever again. It's far too risky.
Major Clark's office?
Hi, it's Adderly. Is he in?
I'm afraid the Major's gone for the night, Mr. Adderly.
Anything I can do?
Yeah. Tell him if he gets tired of hanging around in front of the Carovian embassy, he should tune in to the Chip Hudson show. They're playing our song.
The Chip Hudson show?
Yeah. The Major's an old headbanger from way back.
And now for Chico de Nancy, who gets parole tomorrow, and with birthday greetings from Carlotta to Granny, who's 94 years young today and digs heavy metal the most. Here's one guaranteed to blow eardrum wax out of your eyeballs, so crank it up.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable sitting up, Mrs. Mosley?
How'd you know I was here?
I think it was the smell of lavender when I got in. Where's Bruno?
He said this is getting too heavy for him. Now, why'd you turn it off? That'll really clean out your sinuses.
What are you doing here?
I thought you could use some backup. It's getting close to midnight. We better make tracks.
Okay, but you don't do anything unless I say so.
I'll follow your play, VH.
Let's go. Keep an eye on him.
Right. Who are you? I'm the heat, pal. You know what's good for you. You better keep your hanger shut.
I can't wait for that song to end either.
Adderly.
I told you I'd be back. You can quit watching the clock because there isn't going to be any message tonight.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Mr. Adderly. Because I had a feeling you'd show up sooner or later. So I played my special request a little early. That's it, going over the airwaves right now. And Mrs. Mosley isn't the only one who tapes my entire show.
This is all for money, isn't it?
What other reasons are there? The Carovians pay me well. It's a booming business. Nothing will stop it.
That music you've been playing is going to your brain.
Well, I'm still smart enough to be the one holding the gun. It's over, Adderly. They've got what they want.
Well, let's just hope that they don't test their version of the demon near a populated area.
And what do you mean?
It's false information. The kind we want the other side to have. The kind you got off of Cheryl Spencer.
I'm an honest woman, Mr. Hudson. I've never broken the law in my life.
Chip Hudson, I'd like you to meet Mona Ellerby.
Makes us even for the conk on the head, dirtbag. But I still owe you something for erasing my tape.
We won't do it again. Not in this century. That last pile driver was for J.B. Clack, who's just hanging around the corner waiting to party, so come on over, J.B. And a big hello to all you party monsters at the Carovian Embassy. I'm sorry to tell you that the Chip Hudson Show will not be heard next week or any other week for the next 10 to 20 years. Good night. Partner? There. Fixed it.
Oh, wow, really?
Watch. You have reached miscellaneous affairs. As you may have heard, Jim Rockford no longer works here, but if you still feel you'd... Mrs. Mosley, what brings you back? More international intrigue?
Oh, don't I wish. No, I just wanted to do something to thank you, so I'm taking you and Mona to the Flesh Eaters concert tonight.
Oh, tonight? Oh,
I don't think so.
I thought I heard your voice.
Hi, Nell.
It's Melville. Melville. M-E-L.
I have a great idea. Mona and I have other things to do tonight, but maybe Mel and Debbie would like to go to the concert with you.
Really, would you?
Oh, sure. Why not? Debbie and I are always looking to expand our culture.
Great. Pick me up at 7. Ciao.
What kind of concert is it?
Strings, mostly. Some percussion.
You're gonna love this group, Mel. They're totally rad.
Red?
Rad.